The Suez Canal, a human-made waterway that cuts north-south across the Isthmus of Suez in Egypt. The Suez Canal connects the Mediterranean Sea to the Red Sea, making it the shortest maritime route to Asia from Europe. Since its completion in 1869, it has become one of the world's most heavily used shipping lanes. The Suez Canal is important because it is the shortest maritime route from Europe to Asia. Prior to its construction, ships headed toward Asia had to embark on an arduous journey around the Cape of Good Hope at the southern tip of Africa. Because of its strategic location, the canal is both heavily used and heavily protected. Various forms of what is today the Suez Canal existed in Egypt between 1850 BCE and 775 CE, although primarily to facilitate trade between the Nile River Delta and the Red Sea. Between 1859 and 1869, Egyptian Khedive Saad Pasha partnered with France's Suez Canal Company to build the present canal connecting the Mediterranean and Red Seas. The Suez Canal was financed by the Suez Canal Company, a joint stock company headquartered in Paris. At the time of its founding, France had 52% of shares and Egypt held 44%. By 1875, Egypt's shares had been sold to Great Britain, which assisted in the canal's administration. The Suez Canal's international status has a murky history. Per the 1888 Convention of Constantinople, the canal is open to ships of all nations in peacetime and wartime. However, there have been numerous instances of ships being denied passage in wartime, especially during World War I and World War II. Because of tensions with Israel, Egypt closed the canal during the Suez Crisis of 1956-57 and the Arab-Israeli War of 1967. In 2023 there were 26,434 transits of the Suez Canal, according to the Suez Canal Authority. That number dropped to 13,213 in 2024. Tankers made the largest percentage of transits in 2023, about 32%, and 2024, about 37%. The Suez Canal is considered to be the shortest link between the East and the West due to its unique geographic location. It is an important international navigation canal linking between the Mediterranean Sea at Port Said and the Red Sea at Suez. The unique geographical position of the Suez Canal makes it of special importance to the world and to Egypt as well. This importance is getting augmented with the evolution of maritime transport and world trade. The maritime transport is the cheapest means of transport, whereas more than 80% of the world trade volume is transported via waterways, seaborne trade. Saving in distance, time, and in operating costs for vessels that transit the canal, also firm up this importance. Geography of the canal. The Suez Canal extends from Port Said on the Mediterranean in the north to the port of Suez on the Gulf of Suez in the south. Along its course, the soil composition shifts from clay-based terrain in the north to rocky ground in the south. Advantages of the Suez Canal. It is the longest canal in the world without locks. The accidents are almost nil compared with other waterways. Navigation goes day and night. The canal is liable to be widened and deepened when required, to cope with the development in ship sizes and tonnages. With the adoption of the Vessel Traffic Management System, VTMS, a system depending upon the most up-to-date radar network, vessels can be monitored and followed on every spot of the canal and intervention in emergency cases can be taken. The Suez Canal accommodates the partially loaded VLCCs and ULCCs. The Suez Canal is widely recognized as one of the most significant maritime waterways in the world, with a profound influence on global trade, politics, and regional development. Situated in northeastern Egypt, the canal stretches approximately 193 kilometers, 120 miles, connecting the Mediterranean Sea to the Red Sea. By linking Europe to Asia directly, the canal eliminates the need for vessels to navigate the long and often perilous route around Africa's Cape of Good Hope. This strategic shortcut has positioned the canal as a cornerstone of international shipping, energy transport, and global commerce. The concept of a waterway connecting the Mediterranean to the Red Sea is ancient, with historical references dating back thousands of years. Early Egyptians, under rulers such as Pharaoh Senusret III, reportedly attempted to link the Nile River with the Red Sea. The Persian Empire, under Darius I, also pursued canal projects along the same route, recognizing the strategic advantage of facilitating trade and military movement between Africa and Asia. While these early canals faced challenges including maintaining water levels, managing desert terrain, and overcoming technical limitations, they established the vision that ultimately culminated in the modern Suez Canal. The modern Suez Canal was constructed in the 19th century under the leadership of the French engineer Ferdinand de Lesseps. Construction began in 1859 and spanned 10 arduous years, requiring the labor of tens of thousands of workers, many of whom were Egyptian peasants. The workforce faced harsh desert conditions, disease outbreaks, and immense physical demands as they excavated vast quantities of sand and rock. Despite these obstacles, the canal was completed in 1869 and inaugurated on November 17, marking a turning point in maritime history. Its opening signaled the dawn of a new era in global commerce, shrinking travel distances between Europe and Asia, and enabling the faster, safer, and more cost-effective transport of goods. The canal's economic significance is immense. By providing a direct route between Europe and Asia, the Suez Canal shortens maritime journeys by approximately 7,000 kilometers compared to the traditional route around Africa. This translates to substantial savings in fuel costs, time, and logistical resources for shipping companies and multinational corporations. The canal is particularly crucial for the transport of oil, liquefied natural gas, LNG, manufactured goods, and essential commodities. Its strategic importance also extends to regional geopolitics. Control over the canal equates to influence over one of the busiest and most valuable shipping lanes in the world. Historically, colonial powers such as Britain and France recognized this significance and sought to maintain control over the canal to secure trade routes and colonial interests in Asia. Political conflicts have repeatedly underscored the canal's strategic importance. The most famous instance occurred during the Suez Crisis of 1956, when Egyptian President Gamal Abdel Nasser nationalized the Waterway, previously dominated by British and French interests. Britain, France, and Israel launched a military intervention to regain control, but international pressure forced a withdrawal, solidifying Egypt's sovereignty over the canal. Subsequent conflicts, including the Arab-Israeli wars, led to temporary closures, demonstrating the canal's vulnerability to political events and its impact on global trade. From an engineering perspective, the Suez Canal represents a remarkable achievement. Originally constructed as a single-lane waterway, it has been expanded and modernized to accommodate larger vessels. Today, it includes deep channels, passing areas, and sophisticated traffic management systems to ensure safety and efficiency. The canal is continuously dredged and maintained to handle ultra-large container ships, tankers, and cargo vessels that dominate modern maritime commerce. Culturally, the canal stands as a symbol of human ingenuity and ambition. It reflects the ability to overcome natural challenges and reshape geography for the benefit of global trade. For Egypt, it is a source of national pride, representing sovereignty, economic potential, and strategic foresight. Internationally, the Suez Canal serves as a critical instrument of diplomacy, trade policy, and global economic connectivity. The Convention of Constantinople, 1888, established principles for neutral passage, further cementing the canal's status as a regulated and globally significant waterway. In summary, the Suez Canal is far more than a navigational route. It is an enduring emblem of history, engineering, strategy, and economic interconnectedness. Its influence spans continents, shaping the flow of goods, the course of politics, and the development of economies worldwide. Understanding the Suez Canal requires an appreciation of its historical roots, engineering marvels, economic significance, and geopolitical impact, a combination that has made it one of the most studied and consequential infrastructures in human history. The economic and strategic significance of the Suez Canal cannot be overstated. Its role extends beyond Egypt to influence global markets, energy security, and geopolitical relations. As one of the most heavily trafficked maritime arteries, it serves as a lifeline for international trade and a critical component of modern logistics networks. The Suez Canal facilitates the movement of millions of tons of cargo annually, including oil, natural gas, containerized goods, and raw materials. By connecting the Mediterranean and the Red Sea, the canal reduces the shipping distance between Europe and Asia by thousands of kilometers, lowering costs and shortening delivery times. For shipping companies, this efficiency translates to higher profitability and more predictable supply chains. Egypt benefits directly from canal revenues. The Suez Canal Authority, SCA, collects tolls from every transiting vessel based on tonnage, type of cargo, and ship size. This revenue, amounting to billions of US dollars annually, is a vital source of foreign currency and funds infrastructure projects nationwide. In addition to toll income, the canal supports industries and services such as logistics, ship repair, and port operations, creating employment and stimulating economic growth in the region. Global trade is heavily dependent on the canal. The waterway is particularly critical for energy transportation. A significant portion of Europe's oil supply passes through the canal, along with LNG shipments from the Middle East. Disruptions in canal operations, whether due to accidents or geopolitical tensions, have immediate effects on global markets, as demonstrated during the 2021 Ever Given blockage, which caused billions in losses and delayed hundreds of ships worldwide. Beyond economics, the canal is a strategic chokepoint in global geopolitics. Control over the Suez Canal has historically been linked to military and diplomatic influence. The 1956 Suez Crisis is a prime example, when Egypt's nationalization of the canal triggered an international conflict involving Britain, France, and Israel. Today, the canal continues to be strategically important for military logistics, energy transport, and international diplomacy. The canal's position allows Egypt to monitor and regulate one of the most vital maritime routes in the world. It also provides leverage in global political negotiations and energy security discussions. Countries dependent on Middle Eastern oil, for instance, closely monitor canal traffic, ensuring that the passage remains open and safe. Its strategic significance guarantees that any operational disruption has global ramifications, reinforcing the canal's status as a cornerstone of international security and trade stability. The Suez Canal is integral to modern supply chains. With global commerce increasingly reliant on just-in-time delivery, any delay in canal transit can disrupt manufacturing, logistics, and retail operations worldwide. Container ships, bulk carriers, and oil tankers are designed with the canal's dimensions in mind, underscoring its influence on global shipping infrastructure. Moreover, the canal contributes to regional development by attracting industrial investments and supporting the growth of logistics and manufacturing hubs. The Suez Canal Economic Zone, SC Zone, serves as a regional engine for industrial growth, foreign investment, and employment. By linking Africa, Asia, and Europe through trade, the canal promotes economic integration and regional connectivity, reinforcing its global significance. While the Suez Canal remains vital, it faces challenges that threaten operational efficiency and long-term sustainability. These challenges include operational vulnerabilities, geopolitical risks, environmental concerns, and competition from alternative routes. At the same time, modernization projects and technological innovations present opportunities to strengthen the canal's global role. Despite expansions such as the new Suez Canal, bottlenecks still exist in narrow sections, making the canal susceptible to accidents and blockages. The 2021 Ever Given incident exemplified how a single ship can paralyze global shipping. Maintenance is another ongoing challenge. Sedimentation requires regular dredging, while harsh desert weather and occasional sandstorms can disrupt operations. Continuous investment in infrastructure, emergency response, and traffic management is crucial for safe and efficient transit. The canal's strategic location exposes it to geopolitical tensions. Conflicts in the Middle East or political disputes could threaten canal security or disrupt traffic. Its role as a critical energy transit route amplifies these risks, as any obstruction affects global oil and gas markets. Historically, control over the canal has been contested by major powers, highlighting the enduring intersection of commerce, strategy, and diplomacy in the region. Environmental sustainability is another major concern. Heavy maritime traffic raises the risk of pollution, oil spills, and the spread of invasive species between the Red Sea and Mediterranean ecosystems. Climate change, with rising sea levels and extreme weather, further complicates canal operations. Sustainable waterway management and environmental monitoring are essential to ensure long-term operational viability while protecting marine biodiversity. Alternative routes, such as the Cape of Good Hope and the Arctic's Northern Sea Route, present potential competition. While these alternatives currently lack the efficiency of the Suez Canal, climate change and technological advancements could increase their viability. Additionally, the rise of ultra-large container ships necessitates continuous canal expansion, deeper channels, and enhanced port infrastructure. The Suez Canal's future relies on technological innovation, infrastructure expansion, and sustainable practices. Projects such as widening channels, implementing AI-based traffic control, and digitizing port operations improve efficiency and safety. Environmental initiatives, including emission monitoring and spill prevention, align with global shipping standards and enhance sustainability. The SC zone also represents a key economic opportunity. By attracting logistics, manufacturing, and trade-related industries, the canal fosters regional economic growth, diversifies revenue streams, and reinforces Egypt's position in global supply chains. These developments demonstrate the canal's capacity to adapt to changing global trade patterns and remain relevant in the 21st century. Recent decades have seen substantial investments in the Suez Canal to maintain competitiveness and efficiency. The 2015 new Suez Canal project expanded capacity, reduced transit times, and improved safety for larger vessels. Advanced monitoring systems, dredging operations, and automated traffic controls have further enhanced operational reliability. Environmental management initiatives aim to mitigate the canal's ecological impact, while industrial developments around the canal have strengthened Egypt's economic base. The canal's international relevance continues to be reinforced through partnerships, adherence to the 1888 Constantinople Convention, and its role in global energy and trade networks. Emerging shipping trends, including larger vessels and increased trade volumes, highlight the canal's ongoing strategic and economic importance. The Suez Canal is more than a navigational route, it is a symbol of human ingenuity, a critical engine of global trade, and a strategic asset of immense geopolitical importance. From ancient conceptualizations to the 19th century construction led by Ferdinand de Lesseps, the canal has continuously shaped international commerce, politics, and technological progress. Economically, it generates billions in revenue, supports regional development, and facilitates the efficient movement of goods and energy resources. Strategically, it serves as a vital choke point, influencing global security, diplomacy, and supply chain stability. Despite challenges such as operational risks, geopolitical tensions, environmental concerns, and competition, modernization, technological innovation, and economic diversification provide a promising path forward. The Suez Canal's continued relevance will depend on adaptive management, sustainable practices, and strategic planning. Ultimately, the Suez Canal remains a testament to the intersection of geography, engineering, trade, and politics. Its historical legacy, present significance, and future potential underscore its status as one of the most consequential waterways in the world, continuing to shape global commerce, regional development, and international relations for generations to come. Thank you for watching this video.